Now it's time. We have two albums to review today. We have YG's Just Read Up 3, and we have Post Malone's F-1 Trillion. So we're going to talk about both, review them, throw them on the tier list with all the other albums from this year. Where do you want to start?
I guess we start with YG because F1 Trillion is our first country album
Okay,
of the year. So I guess I'll start.
go for it.
Just Read Up 3, YG. It's a continuation of the West Coast doing their thing in 2024. You got the club bangers like OnlyFans and She Pretty right off the start of the album. You got some songs you can just vibe to and drive with the windows down with, something like Put It In My Hand. You got some more R&B performances from features like Kalen and Ty Dolla $ign, which, I thought were pretty solid. And you got YG getting on his more grimy shit on songs like Malibu with T Grizzly and G Herbo or Violence. So I thought there was like a great mix of like energy in the album from like fucking songs like sex songs, you know what I'm saying? Like love making songs to fucking just street grimy shit to the club bangers to the more R&B cuts to the introspective cuts. Um, you got great production and unique sound on songs like Stupid with Lil Yachty, Babyface Ray. You got, and then like it's kind of progresses through the album, like upbeat, slows down. I kind of noticed. So like then you get back into like the upbeat smackers with a song like Naka, which is probably my favorite song on the album. And then after that is another great song with Pimp My Ride, which is the best chorus on the whole album, best hook, and probably the most introspective lyrics throughout the song on the album. So I thought it was solid. Those are like my two favorite songs, probably right there, Pimp My Ride and Naka. Overall, though, yeah, solid project from the West. Like I said, it was a good mix of energy from on this project, from the upbeat sounds like Naka to the more introspective energy on Pimp My Ride. Uh, to the love making songs, to the grimy rapping performances. I mean, it was kind of him all over the place in his bag, which I really appreciated. So, good features. I thought the decent runtime, not too long, not like too short or nothing. Nothing crazy though. Nothing that really stood out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing super revolutionary. Definitely some good songs I'll go back to. Naka, like I said, Pimp My Ride, but nothing crazy. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. I mean, I do agree with you on a lot of the things you just said, but the first two songs were the two with Mustard production. I forget the name of the first one, but the second one is Right Now. No, the first one is Go Brazy. The second one is Right Now. I really like those first two tracks. Lots of high energy from YG. The Mustard production. The beat on Right Now is like super sick. I really like Right Now a lot. After the first two songs, like you mentioned, we do get like five love making songs right in a row. And I thought there was like for my personal taste, there was a little bit too much of the love making songs
Sure,
on the
yeah.
album. There was a lot of them, but I did really like the two with Ty Dolla $ign, the Rescue Me and It's Giving with Ty Dolla $ign. Like I like both of those songs actually. I like the Ty feature. I thought they were good. There was just like a little bit too much of the love making songs to me. YG gets nasty on here with the love making sex lyrics. Like he's a nasty boy for sure.
Yo,
He
the
really is.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but the one fucking skit at the end of the one song where the fucking he's just getting his dick sucked, I'm like, bro, all right, man, like
Yeah.
this shit is a little much, bro. Come on.
Who's gonna match YG's freak? Not me. He's a freaky guy, but yeah, there's a lot of love making songs. I did like a lot of the tracks though. The first two for sure. Stupid, which is also Mustard production, the one you mentioned with Lil Yachty. I think Mustard had some good production on here. I liked the album. I thought it was pretty good. Nothing revolutionary. A little bit too much love making for me, but I still have it as well at a 7 out of 10. Like I thought
Wow.
there were some good tracks. I like Go Brazy. I like Right Now, Rescue Me, and Stupid. Those are my top four. So your top two aren't even in my top four, but that means there's at least six good tracks on here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, go back to Pimp My Ride. That chorus is great, and it probably technically is the best song on the album. He's got like the better lyrical content. I feel like in that song, really solid hook. So go back, listen to it. Naka, another great one. But yeah, solid project.
Is Naka the T Grizzly and G Herba?
No, that's
Okay, because
Malibu.
I like that one too.
Yeah,
I
that one's
just
fire too. Yeah,
the first two
Loki.
I just really like. The first two with the Mustard
Yeah,
production I like a lot.
you had a good point. I just feel like there was a little too much love making songs in the shit,
There was
but
a lot.
that's maybe the vibe of the album, whatever. But Yeah,
He's a freak.
it brings it down a little bit for sure for me.
YG's a
'Cause,
freak, but
yeah, I feel like the lyrical content could have been a little better, and that has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, there's definitely some good songs on here. Good
definitely.
some good production. Mustard's on there. He kills it. Like, yeah, not bad album at all. We're both at 7 out of 10. So on the tier list, where does that leave us?
I mean, I don't think it's as good as the Gunna album, personally.
I would agree. I'm around the top of good, not great, or the bottom of a few misses as well.
It's probably right around the same level as the Gunna album. Is it better than Hood Poet? I think it probably is.
I would put it below personally, but right around there.
You think so? I
I
just
would
felt like
probably
Hood
put it
Poet
right
like
there.
was way too one dimensional. Like at
I
least on
mean,
this you
yeah,
get like
you
the
do.
different styles and shit. Um I ain't mad at that placement.
Right around there, though, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
mean, it's definitely not a bad album. Like, there's a few songs that I'll go back and listen to. I
No.
think I added a couple of them to my playlist. Like, I liked the Ty Dolla Sign collabs, both of them.
It
The
might look
Yachty
like we're
collab's
putting it
fun.
low on the tier list just because we have so many albums and like look at the great albums we have this year. You know what I'm saying? So you can only do what you can do.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Still a solid project, better than mid. A little bit above average. YG album, pretty solid.
Solid. Capitalizing on the West, winning
Yeah,
2024. So
yeah,
makes
it
sense.
was good. I liked it, and like probably more than I would have expected. Honestly, like I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
all right, well now it's time. Post Malone, F-1 Trillion, a country album, the first country album we've ever reviewed and listened to. That's for sure.
Cause
So,
I'll confess something right now. This is the first country album I've ever listened to in full.
oh, me too, for sure. From front to
Like
back,
for
probably.
sure, dude.
Yeah,
Without question.
I don't think I've ever listened to a country album from front to back unless you count
Never.
like a Taylor Swift album. Maybe I've done that, but I don't even know if I've done that front
Never
to
even
back.
done that. I've never even done a Johnny Cash album front to back. Yeah, hate me, bro. I talk about music.
But Post Malone, F-1 Trillion. I'm interested to hear what you have to say on this, so let's go.
I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really have that much to say. Like
Okay.
this was a review for me that was a lot more difficult than just a standard rap review because with what we do, we're able to gauge shit on other projects. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is the first fucking country full album I've ever listened to. So take this review with a grain of salt for sure because I don't know. I didn't really know what to say about it. But I'm gonna sound like a hater fucking right out the gate. I don't like country is my least favorite genre of music. I can really listen to anything, but I can't really fuck with country like that. I'm a hater. Right out the gate with Wrong Ones, it sounds like, dude, it sounded like every other country song I've ever heard.
I
Like,
mean,
and
yeah,
I don't
this
know if
is a
that's
pop country album, 100% from
yeah,
Post
and
Malone.
I don't know if that's just because like I don't listen to country, so like when I hear a country song, I'm like, oh, that's a country song. So then they all kind of just meld together in my brain. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I hit play, I was like, oh, this is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's like, and it went on for the whole fucking track list. I felt like every single fucking song not only like sounded the same, but sounded like every other fucking pop country song in 2024 to me personally. And maybe it's just because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to country music. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to critique it like that.
Well,
But
my interpretation was Post Malone recently fell in love with country music, and this is the type of music he fell in love with. He's like, I'm going to make a bunch of these songs that I like.
well, listen, like I said earlier, he said in 2015 that he's going to become a country folk singer when he turns 30, which he did. You know what I'm saying? And he kept his word. So going back on like the originality thing, it is kind of original. You know what I'm saying? Like he's had the idea, and for the like, I appreciate the skill it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an ultra talented artist. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to go from rap to country to rock to whatever the fuck he done. I feel like he's done every fucking genre at this point. You know what
It
I'm
went
saying?
number one with all of them.
Yeah, and he changes his whole fucking appearance for the album rollouts and shit. Now he's rocking fucking cowboy boots and like cowboy hats and shit. When fucking 5 years ago, White Iverson, he's got fucking braids and grills and wearing
Yeah.
Jordans and shit. So I do respect that aspect of it, like being able to change so much, like to a high level. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Because
immersed for sure.
I do think like it was a fine put together album. You know, there was no egregious like production like on a Vultures 2. You know what I'm saying? Where the fucking production just kills the whole song.
Like
But
sonically, the songs are good.
I mean, I won't even. Sure,
They don't sound bad.
I think sure. Like the
You know what I
production
mean?
is solid. Yeah, like
Yeah.
sonically they're all right. Like not my taste personally. Um, it was hard for me to listen with like the same enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? Especially after that first track, because I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And then I get through the first disc. I'm like, okay, we're finally done with this shit. There's a whole nother 30 minutes, bro. I didn't even realize there was a whole nother 30 minutes of this shit. So the runtime was just a little long to me. I just wanted it to be over, to be honest, by like song 10. Um, but there was some good introspective lyrics. And like I said, I really do appreciate and admire his ability to make art in all these different forms, country, rap, rock, whatever, you know. And he's good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say he's not good at it. But to me, it's just not my style. Hard for me to get into. It sounds like every other country song. And he sounds like every other country singer to me. Like, that's like the thing. Like, I feel like in rap, you have, maybe it's just because I'm so deep into the game or whatever. Like, I feel like there's so many different styles and sounds. Like, you have an Eminem to a Future to a JPEG Mafia to a Denzel Curry to a Playboy Cardi to, like, all those people have way different sounds. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sure
So
people that are really into country can
sure,
hear those nuances,
sure,
though, like we can with hip hop.
yeah,
I'm
and
sure
I'm sure they
that's
can.
right.
But for me, it didn't, like, that didn't stand out. So it does take away. You know, I'm trying to critique it the same way I would critique any other album. So that's one thing that I would keep in mind. Like, uh, versatility and sound didn't really hit for me. They all sounded like one long fucking song, in my opinion. Um, the lyrical content is kind of like the same throughout the project. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like even with this YG album, we got the lyrical content that's like club bangers, shaking ass and titties, whatever the fuck, and then you get some more introspective shit that's like him actually talking. And I feel like this is kind of one dimensional. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
you
In
get the
terms of the
fun
lyrical
drinking
content.
party songs and like deep introspective.
Yeah,
Like there is some.
yeah, yeah. There is some, but it, like, I guess to me it's harder to differentiate. Um, but yeah,
I
it's a
want the
decent
number
album.
score so bad.
I'll give it a 5. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not my thing. I'm not gonna go back and listen to it. I'm not gonna give it a 0. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's produced well. I admire the, you know, the skill it takes to bounce genres and to do it in a solid manner. And I mean, he did it good. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about like pop country songs, like, yeah, he made some decent pop country songs, like some good pop country songs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not gonna hate on him. Like, it's just not my shit.
Yeah, like I'm not a pop country person either, obviously, but like the production quality is really good. It's hard to argue that the songs sound bad to the ear. Like they
Sure.
don't.
Yeah.
Like
No.
even if it's not our vibe, but Post Malone, I agree, is like one of the most versatile artists of our generation. He's done rap music, pop music, rock music, now country music, and like he's done them all at a pretty high level. Like this album will do well. Country fans will like it. Post Malone fans will like it. Rap fans will listen to this because they like Post. Like he did it pretty well, even though it's not like our taste per se. Like I do think you can tell like Post Malone was just like listening to Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs and all these new generation country guys, and like he fell in love with the music. He's like, I'm gonna make an album and collaborate with all my favorite country artists and have fun and throw together a country album in a year, and this is what we got. And like I do think it comes off as like fun and
Yeah.
lighthearted. Like it I do think it sounds good, even though it's not an album I'll go back and listen to a lot, but like I think it sounds fine. I think it'll do really well. I think country fans even are gonna really like this. Like I do think he did it well. Most of the songs are catchy, love songs, but Post does show off like because one of my favorite things about Post Malone is like his unique singing voice. Like when he holds a note, you get like that. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. It's like I don't know. He like does these crazy voice
Yeah.
inflections,
Yeah.
and like he does do that on some songs here. So you get to hear the unique Post singing voice. You get his writing with like nosedive, and certain songs all are like deep and have good writing. But yeah, in general, it's like just a lot of catchy love country songs talking about drinking and girls and whatever. But it's not my favorite. I'm not going to go back to it, but I think it makes sense. I love Post Malone. Like, the aesthetic thing that you mentioned, like, he's full country now. Like, if I did try to pick some favorite songs. Wrong Ones was one of them. I picked 4. I did like Wrong Ones. I Had Some Help, Pour Me a Drink, What Don't Belong to Me. I think those are basically like the singles, like the most popular ones, but like I'm not going to listen to them, but I picked 4 favorites. Like I think it's fine. I gave this a 7 out of 10 as well.
I mean, that's
Like
fair.
I do think it's good. I won't go back and listen to it, but I think as a country album, like you're way more likely to get me to listen to this than like a Morgan Wallen album or a
Yeah.
Luke Combs album. Like I'd rather listen to this. I think it's fine. If someone played this on the radio at a wedding or whatever, like I wouldn't be mad listening to it. Like I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I'd go like 6.5, 7.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you did a better job than me at like being gracious. You know what I'm saying? Like I came off as a hater, but yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
like
not our
country
thing.
either, but I like
Look,
Post Malone and I bought in. Like I did not like it. Like
yeah.
I was totally fine listening to it.
I guess my main gripe is that it sounded very generic, which makes sense because, like you said, it seemed like he was just sponging in all the recent country music and then releasing it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's basically what happened.
yeah, it felt pretty generic. I feel like everybody sounds the fucking. I feel like all country singers sound the same. Like I feel like I'm going crazy, but I couldn't tell when other people were like hopping in and out of the songs, which is weird.
I mean, how
He
many
did,
times have you heard a boomer say, "I hate that rap crap"?
yeah,
It all
exactly,
just sounds the same.
exactly,
Like it's the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's why I preface this with being like, listen, this is probably why I feel this way. So it is what it is. But
The cover though, the album cover is fucking sick. They dropped a truck into a lake and took that photo. Like
oh, that's
that's a
fire.
sick cover. I really like it. If you go on Apple, it's got like the animating, like the cover. I really like. It's one of my favorite album covers. If we're just going album cover, no music, it's top 5 of the year for me. Album cover. I really like the cover. I don't know what that says, but I
mean,
fuck with
yeah,
the cover.
I think that's important. Genuinely, like I actually do think branding is important when it comes to your music, especially getting people to listen. So,
And what do you think of the cover? Like out of 10? I don't know. Like I
let me
like. I
see
think
it.
the cover's
I'm
like
not
an
really
eight
sure.
and a half out of 10 or a 9. Like I fuck with that cover. It's so sick.
It's just upside down truck.
It's a truck nose diving into water.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like the nose is just touching. You can see the reflection of the truck in the water. Like
Yeah, that's
it's
dope.
a good cover.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know, but yeah, I
But
didn't hate it.
no, I didn't hate it either. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I gave it a 5. You know what I'm saying? I admire him and I respect him for what he does. And I think it's very impressive. You know what I'm saying? To have the highest streamed rap song ever and, one of, some great rap albums and then be able to transition into the complete opposite genre in country and do it at such a high level, like you said, where country fans are going to go listen to it and really like it. So
These are
it's a
gonna
good
stream
album.
like fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
These are gonna rack up billions of streams. Like this
Yeah.
will probably go number 1. He's gonna make so much money off.
I
This.
thought
Like,
some of the features were interesting too. To give him some credit, like a Dolly Parton feature is pretty iconic. Like I'm not gonna lie,
legend.
shit's pretty cool. So
Yeah. So I mean, on the tier list, I guess we probably go good, not great here.
see, it's hard because I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would probably go not good enough personally, but that's just personally.
Put it right
Um,
at the bottom.
that's fair enough. Shit.
I mean,
Because I'm
it's
looking
not
at these
bad.
other albums. You got the 5 Year Foreign, French Montana, Quedeca, Bryson Tiller.
Like for a pop country album, it's definitely listenable.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
look,
if
look.
if
I don't
someone
even
else
really
put out
want
a
to have
pop
too much
country
say on
album,
this one.
I'm not gonna listen to it anyway. But it's Post Malone, so you kind of have to listen to the album.
Yeah, just for the record, for the country fans that are here right now, this will be the only country album that we review this year. So
Yeah, if you're here for the country
enjoy
opinions,
it.
don't
Yeah,
subscribe.
just enjoy it.
Or you
Enjoy
can
it while you
subscribe and turn off notifications because there will be no more. But we'll
Like
take it as a subscribe.
I genuinely I was kind of lost. I didn't really know how to critique it. That's all. Like just because I'm not that familiar with country music. But yeah, good production.
Yeah, I
Solid.
mean, it sounds
It's
good
impressive.
sonically.
It's definitely impressive.
Shout out Post Malone. Come on the show.
It's Off the Top podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top podcast.